They assumed with my level of smartness that I probably did, so.
There's way more prawns. Way more
piranhas. There's some piranhas around, but.
How do you feel about those fiction Amish novels?
Do Mennonites vote?
What are you doing?
I'm in tea. Oakland.
It's Oakland.
It's a hot job.
Can I see your whole dress? Do you want to stand up?
No.
No.
Can you sit up?
Can you get up and show us here on the floor? Wow. Wow. Good morning. Welcome back. First of all, let me apologize for the way I sound. I don't know what's going on with my voice. It is just not functioning properly. I feel fine. Just my voice is affected apparently. I am just getting ready to head into my appointment with my midwife this morning, and Nick is gonna join me because we're doing an ultrasound this morning. So we didn't do one since I was at 20 weeks, and I'm almost 35 weeks, so by the time you see it, it'll be 35 weeks. And the reason they want me to do more, I had to do it last time too, is they wanna, I guess because of my hypothyroidism, they wanna keep tabs on things towards the end. So I'm gonna decline some of them. I don't feel like it's necessary every single time necessarily, but I don't mind doing a few. So after we are done with the appointment, I wanted to film a Q&A with Nick. I managed to kind of convince him to do it. We haven't done one together in a while, and I know you guys enjoy it. Usually I ask for questions on my community tab and also on my Instagram, so we won't nearly cover all of them, but at least some of them. So we'll try and do that after our appointment, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it.
Hey,
It's not moving that arm. That elbow is just right there. And that upper arm is just totally covering my face.
Okay, we are done there. I will fill you in when I get home. So just a fun little tidbit. Collingsworth family, they're a Southern Gospel group, if you aren't familiar with them. They're gonna be singing in Sarasota tomorrow night. And just as I was kind of going through like one of the main intersections coming off of 75, here comes Black Pearl and the other two buses that they have in tow. So they have 3 buses right now. So I saw them pulling into town, which was really cool. But anyway, I'm excited because we're gonna go, or I'm gonna go listen to them. Nick and the kids are not, but me and my mom and my sister and possibly someone else are gonna go listen to them tomorrow night. So that was kind of fun, seeing the whole entourage pull into town. Finally got us situated here. The ultrasound was enlightening, I suppose. I told him, I was like, see, I told you last week sometime, I thought I noticed a little shift or something. I felt more uncomfortable, and I kind of felt her moving around one night. I don't know if it happened then or not, but anyway, she had been head down as far as we knew up until that point. And then today we went in and sure enough she's breech. So I was like, see, that's why I felt like something, I just felt like something seemed more uncomfortable. Otherwise, she might be measuring slightly more, but I think it's fine.
measuring
otherwise.
slightly more what?
I think she's measuring slightly, maybe over the amount of weeks or whatever. Not much, really. I mean, they were measuring her at like 5'11". I haven't ever gone over 9-pound babies, but it's usually between 8 and 9, so I don't know.
Yeah.
They'll keep monitoring, and I have to do at least one or several more ultrasounds probably just because of the hypothyroidism. In any case, we couldn't see her face. She had her arm over her head, I guess.
That's the way I like sleeping too. I feel for her.
I said, oh, she's the stubborn one. They said she could still flip, so I'm trying not to stress out about that. I really would prefer to have a nice vaginal delivery and everything, but we'll see. She said Dr. Sullivan could do some type of massaging, I guess, to like get him to shift around before you have to actually do C-section or something like that, because they don't really want to do natural delivery if if she is still breech, like if they know it ahead of time. So we'll see. She has a little bit of time and whatever to flip, so hopefully. But
Yeah.
on to the Q&A. So I have tons of questions. I don't even know where we're gonna start. We have Instagram ones, we have YouTube community tab. Thank you all. Okay, so we really have gotten the question as far as if we've decided on a name. Guess we might as well get that out here. Nope, we have not.
Not besides my suggestion.
Are you gonna share it?
Well, I was just saying we could name her, like for her first name, we'd do Fourthen. And then the middle name, Final. And then we'd have Fourth and Final, Yoder. Fourth and Final.
We think this is probably gonna be our last baby, we're pretty sure. And we got that question too. Fourth and Final, I'm gonna rule that name out. I don't think I can get on board with that. It would be a little out there.
But it will be Fourth and Final, unless the Lord wills. Yeah, we don't have a name yet, but we've got a couple in the canon.
There's some maybes. And I asked for name suggestions on Instagram. I told him maybe we need to do a baby name reaction video, but who knows? We'll hopefully figure something out. I'm getting a little panicky. Do you think you'll ever move out of Florida?
Not at this rate.
I'm not planning to. Are you?
If
No.
you do, you have to take me with you.
Okay. Who plans date nights more, you or Nick? That was the same question.
I don't know. It would be probably our scenario. We don't really plan ahead too well. Normally, Lynn would say, "Oh, we haven't done that for a while," and then we'll see if we can work something out. So maybe you would bring it up more.
Probably. I'd want a more scheduled date night, but we don't really have scheduled date nights, to be honest. The stage of life I don't know, for us, we can't quite as easily. Do you have any cons or regrets to moving to Florida? It's hard to imagine there would be any besides the heat in the summer.
I'm thinking a lot of you people are wondering if it's worth the move down here, and I really feel, as a real estate agent, I really feel like it is.
I mean, there's cons to it, but
there's so many people flooding into this state, and that's why this market is the way it is.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's way more prawns. Way more
There's piranhas. There's some piranhas around, but other than that,
there's way more pros, in my opinion, than cons. I mean, the heat is probably one of the biggest things in the summer, but it is kind of for a period of time, and you just, I guess, kind of learn to deal with it. We stay inside more, and
I absolutely love the community here that we have. We feel so blessed.
I guess I would say the traffic right now is a big con.
Yeah.
No offense. There's a lot of people touristing here, and we used to be one of them, so we know that.
Maybe gas prices will
Maybe that would slow people down.
get people to stay at home a little bit more, but I doubt it.
I don't know. Traffic is really bad right now, but it'll probably slow down a little bit.
Does Nick cook? Nick does not cook.
I will let him answer that. Nick occasionally will grill stuff. Right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
What is your favorite thing to do as a family? We have many things that we enjoy doing, especially here in Florida, but I would say one of the things we enjoy as a family is going out on our boat. We bought one last summer, and so we enjoy using it and going out, just cruising around in the bay and beaching up against the sandbar and letting the boys swim and just hanging out there. We really do enjoy that as a family.
In the summer, the water is so warm, so you can just park anywhere, and you want to be in the water because it is so hot outside.
Yeah.
So winters we don't maybe swim as much. The
We
boys
always enjoy a good golf cart ride too. I know Oakland really loves it, and the boys do too, so we try to do that on occasion.
Yeah.
This stage of life with a different age and the kids, there's not a whole lot of action things to do maybe.
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting age. The boys can, it's easier with them because they can do most things, but then you have the toddler, and then we'll have a baby. So yeah, I definitely, sometimes they just do more action-packed stuff, and I'll just
Yeah,
stay
the boys.
at
I
home.
mean, the boys are in little league right now.
Yeah.
I'm in church league softball. I enjoy sports, and
You're assistant coach for their little league team and stuff too.
I help
so.
coach on their team, and so we enjoy that. But that's not really a family activity. It's just us men.
Yeah.
But we enjoy that. Yep.
What are the areas in Florida that many Mennonite people live? What areas in Florida are safe from hurricanes?
Well, I don't know, but I know I think as far as Mennonites go, I believe Sarasota would be the biggest established community. There are some others out in Arcadia or a little bit further east. There's some small communities.
One up in Dade City? Is there a small group there?
But I know Sarasota would be the largest one.
Yeah.
And then what areas in Florida are safe from hurricanes? I'm not an expert in the matter. I know Sarasota has not been hit with anything major for many, many years. They did have a scare here a couple of years ago, but it didn't turn out to be as bad as they thought.
I think it's partially because from like Tampa down to like Fort Myers, we kind of like dip inward, like inland. And I think they say sometimes that maybe has something to do with it. Like we're somewhat protected. We're not right out against, like we kind of are in from the main Gulf area. I don't know.
In a giant cove.
Yeah. So maybe that helps. Yeah. It does usually seem, if it does come up our side, it generally they seem to kind of like shoot past us. They don't really like curve in that much. But anyway. Okay, so here's a question. Do your parents live in Florida most of the time now? They're referring to my parents. Just wondering how that works, being as you said he was a pastor at home. They are right now. They've been here for a year and 3 months or something almost.
Yeah.
And it kind of, they weren't sure at first how long they're going to be here, but for now, this is where they're at. He did retire as bishop of the congregation in Ohio, but he's helping out, or they're helping out another church down here. It's actually the Tourist Mennonite Church, which is quite large in the wintertime, but then the summer dwindles down to just, a couple families. So they've been helping them out there. He helps with pastoral duties and things like that. I think he feels like he's not necessarily done with his ministry, but that's where they are currently. Whether they'll be here for years and years and years, we don't know. Maybe they'll be in Ohio some.
He did tell me on Sunday we were out with the boat, and he was telling me that he hasn't preached since the middle of December.
Are you serious?
Because there's so many different visiting ministers that come there.
Wow.
So he's not had the opportunity to preach. And he's told me that he enjoys preaching, so I know.
He doesn't like going in between sermons too long because it actually gets him out of practice. And that's the part, it's not stressful to him, in other words. He enjoys the
and he likes to preach series.
Yeah, he does.
And if you preach series, it's hard if you can't
he enjoys
keep
studying.
the series going for like 2 or 3 months,
Yeah, exactly.
So, but yeah, did Nick grow up Amish too? I did not. My parents did, and my oldest brother, which is a year and a half roughly older than I am, he was born Amish, but then between the time that he was born and I was born, my parents left the Amish, so I can never say that. He kind of likes to hold that over me a little bit, but no, I can't say that I was ever legitimately Amish.
And here's another one. I'm Mennonite as well. Was wondering if there was a reason why you wear a black veil and some wear a white veil. Is it just what you prefer to wear? The Mennonite churches I've been with all wear the same head veil covering. So for now, for me, it's just preference. In in Ohio, they have like a standard of practice where we would all kind of wear the same thing. Like we'd wear more of like a white hanging veil. We used to wear more of like a cap style covering. So some churches, they'll agree on a certain kind. Others, like ours, is a bit more non-denominational. There's all kinds in our church. So to me, it's the principle behind it. I choose to wear black. It's maybe a little bit more practical, in my opinion. It doesn't show dirt as easily and whatever. But sometimes I haven't worn white in a while, but I don't have anything against it. So, do your kids always behave that well in church?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, they're just, we really have.
We're definitely the circus there.
And we usually sit in front, or almost to the front of the church, so I'm always like, great.
She wants to sit all the way in the back, and
No, I'm not necessarily all the way in the back.
Oh, she wants to sit 3/4 of the way in the back?
Halfway back.
And everyone wants to sit in the back, so as a song leader, I get up there and the first 6 pews are empty and everyone's, hey, yo in the back.
And we have a big church house.
So
I get it. It's fine. Someone has to sit in the front.
Get people to sit up front.
The ushers generally will usher, at least in the winter time, but yeah.
A question or a couple questions about like buying again and where we're planning to buy. We don't know specifically. We are staying in Sarasota. for those of you that are wondering.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of questions about budgeting as well, and shamefully we do not budget right now.
We used to.
We used to. Back in Ohio, we were on a very strict budget, and we need to get back on one again. I feel like once we establish, I know that sounds like an excuse, but once we establish a little bit better
Maybe we will.
where we're going to be, yeah, I would like to get back on a budget again.
So first in our, like, right in the beginning of our marriage, we were gifted Dave Ramsey's Financial Peace University class. And honestly, like, that pretty much changed the trajectory of our financial future. I mean,
But it wasn't very hard to
we
budget.
were broke.
It wasn't very hard to budget the $100 that we had in our checking.
Oh, literally. Like, we started out with, besides for vehicles were paid off. We both had cars.
We had roughly $1,000 to our name
We
on
did
our
not
wedding day.
have much when we got married.
Thank goodness my father-in-law didn't ask me how I'm figuring to provide because I had no plan.
We were young and in love.
But yes, a budget definitely helped us.
Yeah.
And I want to get back on it again. It's shameful that we're not on one. I would encourage you to do as I say, not do as I do, because it's very important.
Yeah.
Whether you're rich or poor or broke, whatever, it doesn't matter. A budget shows you where your money is going.
Especially-
It creates a plan, which is good.
Yeah, and especially if you have a set income, like that's how it was for us in Ohio. We knew relatively closely what we were gonna have every week
I
coming
was on
in.
a salary.
Yeah. And I didn't necessarily make all that much at that point, so it wasn't very complicated. There wasn't a lot of risk. Like we knew. Down here, it's been definitely interesting because of being self-employed. He switched jobs a couple times. He's now a realtor for a couple years. It's a lot harder. You have to do it completely different, and that would be weird for us because it would not be the same setup as we did when we did in Ohio.
Yeah, but there's ways
Yeah.
to budget that as well, and we'll do
Yeah.
that. Does Oakland have a birthmark or an ouchie between her eyes? She has an ouchie that
Yeah.
won't really heal because she keeps picking at it.
For a while, I was like, why doesn't it go away? But then we've noticed a few times she keeps like picking at it. So, does anyone ever tell you that your hubby looks a lot like Luke Bryan?
I have heard that.
We have heard that.
I want you to answer this one. Somebody put a question on and said, why are you the way you are? Some Yoder _ Nick asked that
Wearing
question.
sunglasses.
Looks familiar. I always like to put in interesting questions if she puts it out there.
Yeah, definitely one to think about. Why am I the way I am? Okay. Is Nick looking for any more houses to flip?
Yeah, I would love to do one eventually. Right now we're so busy at this current stage that we're not looking actively for something. But once we're situated in our next house, yes, I would love to do another flip, absolutely. What's more important, big kitchen or bigger bedroom? I would say kitchen. I would say kitchen. Although a nice big bedroom is great, especially when you have an office in there.
Yeah.
But hopefully our next house won't have an office in the bedroom.
I think someone had been asking, what are we looking for in our next house? So
Basically, yeah, either 3 bedrooms plus a study, office, or just simply a 4-bedroom, which 3 bedrooms are obviously more popular here, easier to find. Would like to have a pool. Not a have to, but we'd love to have a pool for the kids.
I know a lot of you guys were freaking out about the pool thing. We could put fences like around them and everything, and like someone mentioned, doorbells and alarms, like on doors and stuff. And I think it would be pretty important for me to see if I can get Oakland and even the baby in for swimming lessons if we do have one. But yeah, the boys need something to do here in the summer, especially. Like they're just kind of cooped up. It's too hot to do much outside, so we really want one.
I would love a little bigger lot, although that's not very common down here, so it's not a must. Most lot sizes are a 1/4 acre or less, and so I would love to have. Just the other day I was looking at one that had 0.38, so just short of a 1/2 acre, and it was a really nice sized lot.
I would prefer
live with
not to live in an allotment where they're just stacked. Like to
Cracker
me,
boxes.
I'm just like, oh, it gives me claustrophobia. I've always had close neighbors, but I don't know. It's a little different.
We have parking.
here.
We have parking issues where we're at. Only 2 spots for a car.
And you'd have the same problem there, you know.
Yeah.
Have you both started looking for a home yet to buy? So.
No, one of us has.
Okay, I slacked off again. There's no point in looking right now because...
Keep sending me listings. This one would be perfect. And we're not ready to buy.
Yeah, we have to sell our house first in order to do it. And yeah.
Because the houses that she's sending me that she wants to buy, even though they're ideal, like by tomorrow they're going. And I don't think we're ready by tomorrow to have a new house. But maybe, just maybe. So I'm trying not to watch. Although it's my job to watch for houses, I'm trying to just not find the perfect home.
It's better if I don't even look.
Because it's going to be sold by tomorrow. So that's fine. There'll be more for sale, once we're ready.
Yeah.
What do you do for health insurance for both of you being self-employed? We are with a great company called
Anabaptist Health Share Ministries.
I always get it mixed up. But yeah, do like a health sharing plan where everyone pays in and then it's more of a community type of deal.
Yeah.
Instead of a big insurance corporation.
So we wouldn't have all of the typical benefits you would maybe think of in a normal insurance.
Yeah,
like
they're
it.
a great company.
Are you two more alike or different in personalities?
Oh, we're very similar.
We're very same.
I'm calm, laid back, responsible, and she's more free spirit.
Yeah, I'd say we're probably more different.
We're different.
He's very go with the flow.
No plan.
Optimistic. I
Yeah.
don't know. I generally can.
You can't create a big enough crowd for me. If
Oh, that's true.
you know, the more people, the merrier. I would enjoy just about every evening going over where there's a big crowd and just hanging out. And she likes it on occasion, but it's definitely not your.
I do tend to shy away from crowds. How do you feel about those fiction Amish novels? Those are what got me interested in Amish Mennonite. Well, I have read quite a few in my day. It was back when I was younger. I would say there's a small part of it that's probably accurate, but most of it it's usually a little
Fiction.
A little off, not quite true to. I would say don't believe everything you read in the novels. How do you move forward when you disagree about things?
Well,
Well, we usually do talk about it. I generally.
she talks about it and I listen.
I don't know if we have a good solution. I mean, we generally will reach a solution or an agreement, I would say. I mean, there's things we disagree on, maybe.
We have
That we have our differences and we kind of maybe accept that in a way, but.
We have some times of intense fellowship usually, and then we move on. But do we argue? Yes. Don't try to portray.
They didn't
a fake
ask
picture.
if we argue.
Oh, we don't.
When we disagree. That's right.
Do Mennonites vote? I know numerous Mennonites that do vote, but I also know there's a lot that don't. I would say by far the more conservative Mennonites in general don't vote.
Yeah. Does Nick enjoy real estate? Is it what you thought it would be? I know from where I'm from, there's a lot of drama in it.
Yes, it's my most favorite job that I've ever had. But yes, there's a lot of drama in it. I was just telling someone this morning, you can't really become as emotionally attached as I was right at first, like with the sale, you know. It's just there's so much disappointment right now with buyers putting in great offers, you know, offering everything except your firstborn child, and you still don't get it because somebody just outbid you. So it's a frustrating time for buyers right now, but I do enjoy the job. I love the meeting the new people and helping them find a home. I do enjoy the process. So yes, absolutely love my job.
Did you go to college? Did you ever work full-time before? If so, what was your job before YouTube? I'm assuming that was for me. I did not go to college.
They assumed with my level of smartness that I probably did, so probably.
Okay. I also did not go to high school. I only have an 8th grade education. So,
Shoosh.
yeah.
She's a smart woman for having done 8 grades.
Okay. Right before YouTube, I didn't necessarily have a full-time job. Like, since I was married, I would have cleaned.
Did you clean some?
Yeah, I cleaned some houses off and on throughout that whole period. And then YouTube became a full-time thing down here, which would have been in the last 2 to 3 years, basically. Before I got married, I don't know if they were asking before I got married or not.
About what?
What was your job before YouTube?
Oh.
I had full-time jobs before I got married. And the biggest one probably would have been the restaurant. I worked at Der Dutchman for a couple of years, and I did go do voluntary service at a nursing home, which I cooked there, did CNA work and stuff like that. But I did quite a few different things, helped my dad at his shop, things like that. So I've always had a job, pretty much. Now, I slacked off some during our marriage and whatever, but yeah, YouTube is kind of the main thing at this point.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think we've answered quite a lot of questions, and I think we need to go. I need to go get Oakland from Kara, so I think we're gonna call this the end. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you all for sticking around and supporting us. It really means a lot. So we'll see you all next time. Bye, guys.